The truth is rarely pure and never simple. Oscar Wilde. Welcome to Grimly.
What are those? Golden retrievers?
Those are like golden retrievers, yeah.
Pretty dogs.
Yeah. Derpy, sweet.
Shadow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Chance, Shadow, Sassy.
Chance was a pit bull?
I think it was a pit bull, yeah.
Damn.
Sassy was the Siamese?
Siamese, something like that. She was a fluffy girl.
Yeah. That is where we have our generational trauma stemmed from, is that fucking Homeward Bound, man.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Every ounce of me.
Yeah. Do you remember, there was another one similar to that. It was Milo and Otis.
Mm-hmm.
About the pug and the cat.
Yes.
Another traumatic. I mean, they were fine, but like, they had to go through some things
They did.
to get home.
Mm-hmm.
What was with the 90s and then like the voiceover of animals?
I don't know.
And bringing animals home.
Wishbone.
Wishbone,
I don't think that was traumatic.
which
It
is
was just goofy.
Jane's dog.
Yeah.
Every time, like, she'll talk about her dog to somebody else. I'm like, it looks like Wishbone, though. You should know that.
Does she have the
No, she doesn't have the one.
eye dot?
Yeah, but
But
she
otherwise
fucking looks like
size-
Wishbone.
Size and kind of stature.
Yeah,
Sure.
she looks like a Jack Russell Terrier Wishbone. See, here we are talking about fucking animals again.
Wow.
Sorry,
just
this
animals.
podcast.
Not our animals.
Yeah, at least
Are
this
we
time.
recording?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I definitely thought you knew that.
No.
I was trying to sneak it up on you. This is Grimly.
Yeah, let's fucking get into it. We've
Yeah.
got people waiting. Welcome to Grimly.
Yeah, I'm Missy.
I'm Meg.
Sorry, one thing I have to ask you if you've seen
Oh.
is there has been a recent video that someone released of what they're claiming is a Bigfoot carrying a baby Bigfoot across a river.
I've not seen that.
You have not seen this video? Oh, fuck, do I have it saved? I think I did save it. For the pod. Let me check. Sorry, everyone just...
A Bigfoot carrying a baby Bigfoot?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I saw it and I was like, that's just fake.
Yeah, but most of them are.
I know. But I was like, this one was like, what are we doing? Come on, girl.
All of them are fake.
Yeah. Do you think all of them are fake?
Yes.
No? Or just...
Always. All of them are fake. If
You don't think
they
Bigfoot's-
exist, it's like an interdimensional being.
extraterrestrial situation?
I'm not sure it's extraterrestrial. I just mean like it might exist on like a plane that is slightly different than
I don't know
ours.
if I can...
Like a liminal creature.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no, I'll have to show you later, but it's just, they make it look like, I was like looking, I'm like, that just could just be like a hunter or I don't know what, but, oh, is this it? No, that's not it. Okay. It doesn't matter. But it was like someone like claims to taking a video of like carrying a Bigfoot across a river. Of course, it's shot in 1K or something. Like,
Always suspicious.
it just looked like a person to me, as always. So,
Damn.
yeah. Do we... Actually, I meant to ask you this. Would you want to do a Bigfoot Revisited episode?
Revisited of our own episode?
Yeah.
Like 45 episodes ago or whatever.
It's like almost 60 at this point, or 50. I'm just saying, maybe talk about some more recent occurrences and not like
Sure.
the big swingers.
Yeah, why not?
I feel like we could do it like a Bigfoot Revisited,
Okay.
maybe at some point,
Yeah.
someday.
Sure, you can talk
There's
about it.
just so many like sightings and even just like scary stories of Bigfoot in general that
That's
like
fun.
I've found. I'm like, kind of wish we went out of that, but like now,
Fun to talk about.
yeah,
Why
Bigfoot's
not?
always fun. We talk about Bigfoot a lot in this podcast. But yeah, let's
We
get
stand.
we stand the Bigfoot and her titties. Anyways,
Exactly.
but we're gonna get back into part 2 of the cliffhanger I ended on last week
Yes.
of Gareth Williams.
I'm ready to know.
Should we recount for the people?
Yeah.
Do you want to recount for me, or do you want?
I can recount.
Yeah.
Gareth is a Welsh genius. Was working for the Ministry of Defense and their fucking
MI6,
intelligence factions, and he was a great brother and a computer nerd and not a douche.
Yeah.
Wasn't thrilled working at MI6, wanted to leave and go back to his other government job.
Like his computer
land.
like GCHQ.
And then he was missing from work for a few days. His sister called the police, saying she hadn't heard from him for how many days? I don't know.
Like 10 days. It was a long time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then they found him in his apartment inside a duffel bag with the keys inside the duffel bag. Okay, so he's inside a duffel bag, inside the bathtub, keys inside, padlocked.
The duffel bag is padlocked.
Duffel bag is padlocked from the outside and the keys are inside. He's in the sink or in the bathtub in his bathroom, and the house heat is cranked all the way.
Yes.
And all of his tech is still in the home.
Yeah, his laptop is there. There are 2 phones there. There's a bunch of SIM cards. So, that's a good recap. Thank you, Meg.
Terrible.
Yeah. Not cool. Little story.
All right, so what's going on here?
Okay, so we're going to get into now the investigation after the immediate finding of Gareth in the duffel bag.
The local police found him because his sister called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they bring in, obviously, because he is a intelligence agent, he has a bunch of clearance.
Sister might have flagged that. They probably started making phone calls pretty quickly.
And there is, it's called SO15. It's like a specific terrorist organization, intelligence organization that investigates big crimes.
Okay.
They're one of the main intelligence agencies that is following this case or investigating this case. So I'll get to that later, but just let you know. Okay, so given the sensitive nature of Gareth's work, police had contacted MI6 and GCHQ to try to figure out what happened to Gareth without revealing any national secrets. So they're immediately clocked. They're fuck.
This might be bigger than...
This is bigger than us, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't get... This is
you
above
guys
my
should
pay
know
grade.
about this, yeah.
Yeah. So the apartment is immediately sealed off, and there are police guards planted out front of the apartment day and night. And something about the apartment is sometimes the apartment is referred to as a safe house in certain research sources. So the apartment itself was almost like a mystery, I don't know,
part of
a little bit of a mystery, I guess. Yeah. So Gareth's parents, Ellen and Ian, are informed of Gareth's death while they are in the U.S. And so they immediately take the next flight home. They're like, fuck.
What are they doing in the U.S.?
They're vacationing.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. That's a long flight home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was an autopsy done on Gareth on August 25th, 2010, and the coroner didn't find any injuries on the body or signs of a struggle. So the apartment was searched for traces of DNA, and there were about 10 to 15 unique traces found in the apartment, but they couldn't be matched to anyone, which, red flag for me. So next, the duffel bag was searched for DNA evidence, and there's no DNA evidence on the duffel bag. Not even Gareth's DNA on the outside. So there's also no fingerprints found in the duffel bag or the padlock or anywhere in Gareth's apartment. Just 0 fingerprints anywhere. So additional testing is done on the duffel bag a couple years later, and some small traces are found on the handle of the bag and the zipper closure itself, but it's not Gareth's DNA. And who that DNA matches is still unknown to this day. So just a little asterisk there. The front door's deadbolt was locked when the police first arrived at the apartment, which means that someone had to have locked the door from the outside when they left Gareth's apartment after he was in the duffel bag. There's also some evidence indicating that Gareth's phone had been backed up to a laptop at 11:30 p.m. on the 15th of August. And at 1 a.m. on the 16th, there was also a search done on Gareth's phone looking at a cycling company's website. And remember, He was a big cycler. And so some people speculate that maybe this was someone trying to make it look like Gareth was still alive at this time.
Okay, or he could have been.
Or he could have been, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But like his phone was backed up at 11:30 p.m. His personal phone, not his work phone. And then there's that search done. So he could have been alive, or someone else could have done that, and we just don't know, unfortunately. So it was also determined that Gareth didn't have any alcohol or recreational drugs in his system. But a toxicology report came back inconclusive, and it came back inconclusive because of the advanced rate of decomp on Gareth's body when he was found. And there's a lot of questions about, is the heat in the apartment like
intentional
sure, to help,
seems like it,
like with the decomp rate, because it's just like, you know, and like, yeah, it's a very obvious like correlation, I guess. You're like, oh, heat on, decomp rate goes up.
Yes.
So it makes sense. So if Gareth had been poisoned, there was no way to determine that because of the state of his body when it was found. So we just don't know, unfortunately.
Like he could have suffocated in there or something.
Yeah, but so there's a big,
if he was alive, anyone in there?
That's another question. So the coroner states that Gareth's cause of death is undetermined because there were no signs of a struggle on his body, and because inside the duffel bag there was no indication that Gareth was trying to get out of it.
So he wasn't like kicking around.
Yeah, he wasn't like trying to rip anything open. If you're stuffed in a duffel bag, I'm claustrophobic, so it sounds like the fucking worst case scenario.
It sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible, but if you're alive and like
you'd be thrashing
around, you're trying to rip that thing open, like
definitely trying to rip it. I think I could rip it open unless I was like incapacitated.
Yeah,
somehow.
you're trying to bust out of it like the Hulk, essentially.
Yes.
So it is determined that Gareth had died in the early hours of August 16th, 2010. However, his death is changed from undetermined to accidental.
Accidental.
Yeah. And this is where Gareth's personal life is going to come into the scenario, unfortunately, in a way that is icky, and I really hate it. This is like early 2000s. Tabloids were gross in that era. Like I think about like how like Britney Spears is treated, like how like women are treated in general. Like I can't remember who I was talking to the other day about like how Jessica Simpson was like called fat for wearing like high-waisted jeans and like a tank top for being like a fucking size 8
outfit. Like,
yeah, we
see the image in my head.
Yeah, all millennial women can see that outfit and being like looking at her being called fat. You're like, well, fuck, what am I, a whale? And American tabloids, British tabloids at this time, I think, are really fucking gross. And Gareth's sexuality is going to be brought into question because of that. And it is part of the story. And I tried to write the notes in a way that I feel like I'm trying to give him, I don't know, some grace and like understanding. And like, it just, if you look it up, you're going to find some stuff that's like, it didn't age well, I guess is my point. But there's a reasoning, I don't even want to call it a reasoning because I think it's bullshit, behind like the accidental change. Okay. So Gareth was overall a quiet and private person. However, some looks into his personal life has investigators wondering if he perhaps put himself in the duffel bag. And you were speculating to that earlier.
Yeah, but I'm like trying to figure out how you could physically do that.
Yeah, exactly. So Gareth was not romantically involved with anyone, but before his death, it looks like he had visited a few bondage websites.
I mean, I guess it's not impossible that you could zip yourself. If the fabric was soft enough, I think it could make sense. Okay, go on.
Yeah. So also when he was renting a room while working at GCHQ back in Gloucester, there was an instance where the couple that he was living with in the house he was renting the room from, they said that one night they had like heard Gareth yelling and kind of like yelling out for help. And so they had to come into the room and they found Gareth, I think, in like underwear, and he had tied himself to his bed.
Okay.
And they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was saying he tied himself to his bed to try to see if he could get out of the restraints.
Okay.
But they said that there was an impression that there was like a sexual bondage S&M nature to this.
Okay.
And like maybe they like walked it like he
He
was
help.
Yeah, he needed help, but he like wasn't originally trying to get help for this situation. So it sounds like maybe Gareth was into like some bondage, some S&M stuff. Whether or not that be with men or with women is like a big question mark over this entire story. But like tabloids took this and like just fucking ran with it, unfortunately. Also because he worked with MI6 and then just the way he was found, it just became like really icky really quickly, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So yeah, so there's the bondage websites he looked up, like not frequently. There was just like a couple searches in his history.
Okay.
And then there's the being tied to the bedpost that he like did himself, that the landlords at Gloucester, they like, well, this is weird. All of this stuff, the investigators decided that like maybe Gareth had decided to put himself in the bag himself as some sort of weird bondage kink thing, if that makes sense.
I mean, sure. I still don't understand it's physically possible.
Yeah, that's a big question.
And like, I'm imagining if it's for getting your rocks off, then he'd be like beating it in the bag or something. It's too small. I don't know.
It makes...
Well, does he do it? He gets off after he gets out, or
Right?
when he's restrained?
Yeah.
And then there's like maybe someone else is involved here, and that if there's something like sexual
In nature.
involved with another person, but
Like locking him in the bag for some
but then
reason.
there's no
evidence of another no fingerprints.
no
Yeah.
evidence of another person, and then the heater is still like a weird kind of
Yeah.
situation.
It doesn't make any sense.
All right,
I'm not
so
gonna lie.
you're gonna have to talk about why someone might want him killed, though. Otherwise, if we're to believe that there was a
Exactly. Yeah. We'll get into that when we get to
Okay.
theories. So with this information that I just talked about and the fact that there wasn't any sign of a struggle, investigators are now saying that Gareth had maybe put himself in the bag in some sort of bondage fetish and that he couldn't get out.
sure.
So there's another aspect of this I haven't talked about yet, but I'll talk about now. Gareth's sexuality in general was heavily scrutinized in the media, unfortunately. And one of the reasons why this happened is because during the initial search of Gareth's apartment, there was over 20,000 pounds worth of women's clothing, pounds as in monetary value.
Oh, $20,000 worth of
Yeah.
British pounds of
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah. Shoes and a wig were found.
Okay.
So there's like nice women's clothing. There's nice women's
He was
shoes.
going to Harrods.
Yes.
Interesting.
And wigs were found.
Okay.
And it like led people to believe that Gareth was maybe gay and that he liked to occasionally dress up as a woman.
Is he gay, or does he like to dress up as a woman, or both,
Or both. Right.
or neither?
Where's the spectrum on this? Like, there's
This
a
was
lot of
2010 too.
2010.
Okay.
And like you could see how the tabloids like took this and ran with it, right?
Yes. Okay.
And there's something
That's too bad.
Yeah, and there's something like so Gareth had been seen at like drag shows. I think one of the last
Oh, okay.
one of the last
Well, that
places
would explain it.
yeah, like one of the last places he was seen was like he was like attending like a drag show.
He had an interest in drag,
Right? That's fine.
and maybe he is gay.
Yeah. And like it doesn't
And that's
fucking
maybe why he didn't like all these fucking tools. That no offense, and MI6 douchebags. Fucking-
yeah. All
I
these,
work
like
around
yeah.
some that that there's a boys club.
Yeah, for
vibe.
sure. Yeah, and like maybe Gareth just wasn't
Like,
in that
there's certain
because he
types-
was gay.
I think of that come to mind immediately. It's
Yeah.
like the department of people who have this type of energy, and
Yeah.
that's I could see it.
Yeah, it sucks
And
because
he's into drag. It's very different.
yeah, yeah. It sucks because you watch him get scrutinized in the same way like a woman would get scrutinized about
Yeah.
maybe she was a sex worker or
Yeah, that's
maybe she
true.
just had a little bit more like of an alternative lifestyle. Like maybe she just wanted to sleep with a lot of men. Who the fuck cares? But it doesn't really explain what happened.
No.
But it's like this thing that the tabloids and the media like latched onto. and they're like, oh, like,
It's got to be this.
yeah,
It's
like,
about this when
it's
it might be
clickbait.
about something else.
it's clickbait in the lack of a better word.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like, oh, like this, but like also something that like isn't really talked about, like maybe he was like having women's clothing and the wigs and the shoes and stuff for another MI6 agent to like, she was like working undercover
It's true.
somewhere. Unfortunately, we don't really know if the clothes were tailored to him or if they were like not his size, for lack of a better word, or if they
That
were
makes
like
sense. Yeah, that's
all
fine.
different sizes. He could have been like a safe house for a woman who was like working undercover.
It's also, if this was a safe house, maybe there are nice clothing. Maybe there's nice clothing there.
Yeah, just in
For-
general.
Yes.
Yeah, for men and women. Like, yeah,
Potentially.
and like if they only saw the women's clothing, it'd be like kind of weird. But there was also men's clothing. That's a really good point. Also, like his family, like his sister specifically, she was like, he was just really generous with like gifts and stuff. So like he could just bought this clothing as like,
20,000 pounds worth? That's a lot.
I don't know, but I don't know what a fucking blouse costs at Harrods.
I still think that's a lot of
It
clothing
is a lot
to
of clothing
be gifting.
and shoes and stuff. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
also, if he's doing drag, that's very expensive clothing.
yeah. Yeah.
To be
It's not-
doing drag.
Yeah,
in.
it's not like very outlandish. I mean, you watch like drag queens, they're wearing like really
Spandex.
intense, like crazy outfits.
True, but those are like, that's now.
Yeah. Right.
And they're on TV.
Yeah.
That's their job.
I mean, like,
And
you
like,
could
if
do a
this
drag
is just
show.
a hobby. I think
Yeah.
they're wearing a little more spandex at the drag shows in 2010, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
not
that's
like
true.
fancy silk from Harrods.
Yeah, yeah, they're not wearing like nice like office blouses.
Yes.
And maybe he just liked to dress up as a lady every once in. You know what we don't do in this fucking podcast is we don't kink shame.
No, he might have been, yeah, he might have been super freak.
Yeah, and that's fine. Doesn't mean he.
It might have nothing to do with why he's in this duffel bag, but we
Yeah.
need to talk more about the duffel bag.
Yeah, we will. Yeah. So.
We get it. All right.
Yeah. But all of I feel like you have to talk about this stuff because it's so connected to the accidental like death situation.
You think that's the reason?
It's what it sounds like.
Got it. Okay. They were like, oh, we found some ladies' clothes
Yeah.
and he went to a drag show. So he probably did this himself.
Yeah. Like he also looked up some bondage websites and there was this one occurrence of him being tied to a bedpost. Therefore, he put himself in this duffel bag.
Enough about bondage to know if like duffel bag plays a thing.
I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but like I don't know, like
Maybe.
sexuality is a weird spectrum. Like
But
people
I'm also
do.
thinking about him being like a real unique type of person.
Yes.
Very smart.
Mhm.
Actually, it's. Did we talk about Sam Rockwell on this episode or it was the tail end of last episode?
Talk about what?
Sam Rockwell in.
Oh, I think that was at the end of the last episode. Yeah.
Was that a last episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Exploring some things.
it takes all types.
It
You
takes
never
all
know.
types. It takes all types for sure. And like
Especially if you're a genius.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like I said, I'm trying to tread lightly with this stuff because I want to act like this is wrong, or I don't think it is in any shape
Maybe
or
it has
form.
something to do with it. Maybe it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But they decided because of all of this stuff in his personal life and like the clothing and like the wigs stuff and stuff
That it all
found,
must be.
that it all equates to an accidental death
Okay. All
instead
right,
of
I hear you.
basically a homicide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, there are some very obvious holes in this determination. So Gareth's fingerprints are not on the outside of the bag. Remember that. Or the padlock. How do you zip yourself into a duffel bag and lock the bag without a fucking single fingerprint?
I mean,
being
you would have to be wearing
anywhere?
gloves, and the gloves would be inside the bag
It would
with
be
you.
inside the bag. It's like an Agatha
Unless you
Christie.
stuck them up your ass. If we're talking kinky, you're just like. Because
But
then,
they would
because then what
find
is he
that.
trying? Is he trying? They would have found it. Is he trying to cover up his own accidental death? Like,
Right?
how far does it have to go?
Yeah.
To be
Like, how far do we have to stretch this
it's extremely far.
scenario?
Because now I've just said he's
Putting stuff up as
the
yeah.
gloves.
Yeah.
Because why?
Because why?
There'd be no reason.
Yeah.
Yes. He did not put himself in that duffel bag.
Yeah. Also,
With no fingerprints.
you're gonna lock yourself in the bag. You're gonna put yourself in the bag. You're gonna lock the bag from the outside. You're gonna put the keys inside with you. There's no sign of you trying to get out of the bag.
Okay, because if it's closed
Mm-hmm.
and the keys are with him, then he can't get it open.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he could. Maybe it depends on how tightly it's closed. I need to see the bag. Because I'm like, right, it's probably
It's like
two zippers.
It's 2 zippers. It's a tiny little padlock.
Okay, so even if he got them
So you
split
can
apart,
maybe open it like 2 inches.
then technically maybe he could have flipped it around,
Yeah.
maneuvered the edge of the, like, he opened it as much as he could get it open. He could have technically maneuvered the edge of the lock inside the bag.
Yeah. And then popped it out. And
Maybe.
but there's no evidence of that inside the bag.
Inside the bag, and still the fingerprints.
Yeah.
Because if the only way
Yeah.
I can think of is
It's
gloves.
like yeah.
And
But
so,
like there's no evidence of gloves.
because where would the gloves be?
Where would the gloves be?
Okay.
Because like gloves don't like just disintegrate in that
They do not.
amount of time.
No, they do not.
Latex
they would
does
have to
not
be
go away.
somewhere
They'd
in the
have to be
bag
somewhere.
or somewhere.
Mhm.
Swallowed. They would have to be, because then why is he doing that?
Yeah. Also, if he, the thing that I keep coming back to is if he locked himself in this bag on purpose for whatever reason, and then he couldn't get out of the bag, like he would panic. You would be fucking panicking. You'd be trying to rip that bag open.
I think you could get the bag ripped
I
open
think
if you
could
kicked hard
too.
enough.
Yeah. Also, why is the heat turned all the way up?
Okay, so maybe the heat's turned up just in case. It's like I think the heat turned up to me means the same thing no matter what.
That they're trying to like advance the rate of decomp?
It's if I die in here, then I want someone to find me faster.
Oh, okay.
And
Interesting.
if I want someone to find him faster
Okay.
because I just killed him.
Why? But why would the heat being turned up equal finding someone faster?
Because it does speed up the rate of decomp, and maybe then it smells.
Oh, the smell aspect.
It's a
of
smell.
It. Okay, interesting. I didn't think about that. I'm just thinking if you turn the heat up, you were trying to advance the rate of decomp for a nefarious reason.
So someone finds it, I would think.
Even if they
Oh, you think it's like a
because remember you couldn't do a toxicology or a pathology like
so you're
test.
saying it's to like what is it? Avoid detection.
Yeah, to
Got
be
it.
like you can't find the poison now that killed him before I poisoned him in some shape or way, put him in the bag, even though he was still alive when he got into the bag. But he couldn't get out of the bag after I put him in the bag. But you can't figure out what the poison was used now because I turned the heat all the way up.
It's gonna speed it up.
Yeah, speed up decomp.
Sure.
And like now you can't
Yeah.
do like the liver test. You can't do like any of
Sure.
these tests to figure out like what the poison was.
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Where the fuck were we going with this?
I don't know, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay, so yeah, so the thought of him being in the bag by his own choice is a stretch. But this is what the investigators determined. It was an accidental thing. Like we keep saying.
Wow.
It's so fucking annoying. It's so fucking frustrating. So there are some obvious holes in this determination. So Gareth's fingerprints are not on the outside of the bag or the padlock. And the heat was turned up all the way in August, like we just talked about. So those are the two biggest. There's other red flags, but these are the biggest red flags, I think, when it comes to this, like, determination of this death. This is why I stopped before, because I know we were going to, like, go down the rabbit hole. So there are no obvious signs of Gareth trying to get out of the bag once he was in it. So unless this was some sort of weird constructed suicide,
Sure.
like he decided to lock himself in the bag and just die in the bag, like why wouldn't he try to get out if he wasn't incapacitated before he was in the bag?
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
it does.
Okay. Also, something you've questioned and we've both questioned, how the fuck did he lock the bag from the outside with it being fully zipped and locked from the outside? It's just the tiniest little padlock. I don't think I actually showed you. So we don't actually have the picture of the duffel bag because I think it's
The
just
crime scene photo.
yeah.
Mhm.
But this is what the duffel bag looked like.
That's what I imagined.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get a human man in there.
I don't think he was like a super tall or big man.
He couldn't have been.
No, but I don't even
And
know
who
how.
knew he would fit in that?
Right?
I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. It's like just this round duffel bag.
Do they know where it came from? Did he buy it? Was there ever any evidence of him having purchased the North Face?
I don't think so.
At the Harrods? I'm like, do they even carry North Face at
I don't
Harrods?
think they
very
carry
much
North
doubt
Face
it.
at Harrods.
They might. I'll have to That's the kind of thing I would look up, but it's stupid.
No, I mean, I don't think there's really been any investigation into the duffel bag itself. And it leads to, like, was he silenced a
Sure.
little bit?
Because why, though? I guess no one would know.
Yeah, so,
This seems unlikely. He was so new to... It's not like he'd been doing this for 20 years.
I mean, you've been doing it for, like, 10.
Wait,
was-
he didn't...
He was 31 when he died. He started at, like, 22.
was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's long enough.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he was at GCHQ from 2001 to 2009.
I don't think I understood that. I thought
Okay.
this was all super new. So he's established in the career at this point. Okay.
So from 2009 to 2010, he was working at MI6 as a secondary temporary like job, and like also working for
it.
GCHQ,
Okay.
working with the NSA, working with the CIA. He was like he had been
Connected enough,
involved
yeah.
like
Yeah.
for 10 years with
That's
these agencies.
That's a long time. Okay.
So it's a long time.
It's long enough for sure. Okay.
So this determination leads people to wondering, were the police told to let this case go by a more powerful government agency like GCHQ or MI6?
Here we go.
And this is where we're going to get into the coroner's inquest. And this was not originally something I had in the notes, but I feel like it's... So, have we talked about what a coroner's inquest is?
Did we do any British?
I feel like we've done something that had a coroner's inquest.
I don't know.
Yeah, so a coroner's inquest it's a trial, but it's not a trial. It's basically like a coroner saying, hey, the determination of this death does not match what I think it is, and I think we need to dive deeper into this person's death to try to figure out what actually happened. So this is what a definition of coroner inquest is. So a coroner's inquest is a public fact-finding inquiry conducted by a coroner to determine the identity, cause, and manner of death, particularly when the death is sudden, unexplained, or violent. So it's not necessarily like a criminal investigation. It's like this person died in like weird circumstances in a weird way, and I don't believe that like what the investigators or the police determined is correct. So I want to do like more of a fact-finding journey to figure out what exactly happened here.
All right.
Even if it's accidental, or maybe just like,
We need to look into this a little more.
we need to look at this a little bit more. So that's what this coroner did.
Okay.
Because originally it was an undetermined death, and then investigators came back and said it was accidental. And this coroner, along with the family, along with Gareth's family, were like,
that makes sense.
we need to, no, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, they
like
hired
we've just
him.
talked about. They're like,
Yeah.
we need to figure out what's going on here.
Okay.
But did you have something to say?
No, I just like maybe that this was like an external investigation. But this does feel, I don't know, maybe I don't know how it works there or here, but I'm like, I feel like they work together.
I think most of
Here.
the time they do.
Okay.
But I think the coroner is a different entity from police. Because a coroner is like, they're essentially like a doctor.
Yes.
There's like a doctor for people who are
Or
already
maybe they
passed.
just wouldn't have had one, except we're talking about it because the family was like, whatever you said, you and whomever decided,
Yeah,
we're going to bring this other person in,
right.
and they're doing an inquest.
I think no matter what, I think there was an initial autopsy done. Because there was a toxicology report. There was a pathology. They couldn't find anything
this is
because
just
he
the
was
second party.
decomposed too
Or
too
third
far.
party.
But I do think in this case specifically, from what I've read, is like the coroner was like, "You're saying this is accidental?" Like,
But
no.
yeah, who's saying?
Like the investigators, like the Scottish Yard or whatever. So yeah, so we're gonna get to the
Scottish Yard.
I don't know. So we're gonna get to the coroner's inquest. So in 2012, there was a coroner's inquest into Gareth Williams' death. So the inquest was request of Gareth's family, who thinks the accidental death conclusion is bullshit, along with the coroner, a Dr. Fiona Wilcox.
Okay.
She's like, I think this bullshit.
yeah.
The family's, I also think this is bullshit.
Yeah.
We need to dive into this more.
Sure.
So it's a trial, but it's not like there's like a guilty or not guilty charge at
Right.
the end. So we're gonna dive into the inquest proceedings and the findings, and this is where we talk more about the bag itself too. So during the 2012 coroner's inquest, this is like after 2 years after Gareth is found dead, A significant focus was obviously determining on whether or not he could have confined himself inside the padlocked bag found in the bathtub. And we're going to bring in 2 men for this part specifically, who do something I would never do, which I put themselves in the bag themselves.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I think I mentioned this like earlier, but I'm super fucking claustrophobic. Which is maybe why I hate flying. I don't know. But the idea of not being able to get out of something like this scares the absolute shit out of me.
Okay.
Like, no, thank you. Okay, so the first person to investigate this is a man named Peter Falding, who is a specialist in confined spaces.
Wow, okay.
Didn't even know that was a thing.
I guess you can be...
You can be a specialist if you call
needs
yourself a
to be.
specialist.
Well, someone needs... Hey, I'm glad he's here.
I know, right?
Seems like exactly who should be here.
He is the man you want for this
What is
situation.
it, like a contortionist or something?
I don't know.
I would also get one of those.
Yeah.
If not,
Right?
show me how this
It
is
makes
possible.
me think of Ocean's 11. Like, they have the guy who, like, is able to sit in, like, the thing to be put in the safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to show me how this is
Yeah.
possible. You gotta be able to,
I have
what
picture-
kind of weird things you got to do with your body to make this work?
To make this work, yeah. So, Falding conducted multiple experiments attempting to lock himself inside the similar bag. He's like, I'm gonna do this my fucking self.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was like also the same size and build as Gareth. He's like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, despite numerous attempts, he was unsuccessful, leading him to conclude that it was highly improbable for Williams to have locked himself inside without like someone else doing this.
Yeah.
So next, there's a man named William McKay, who is a forensic expert. McKay also attempted to replicate the scenario and found it extremely difficult to seal himself inside the bag unaided. He noted that while not extremely impossible, the chances of Gareth being able to achieve this alone was exceedingly low. And I think the second guy, William McKay, he was able to do it once.
That's what I'm saying. Unless he'd been practicing this
Yeah.
for months.
Yeah.
Which,
Maybe
if this is a kink thing, then maybe.
yeah.
But it seems like that would have to go in and, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't just climb in there one day.
No. So these 2 expert witnesses conducted approximately 400 attempts.
Wow.
They tried this 400
Oh.
fucking times.
And he did it once?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I
no.
think they were able to zip it closed.
But
I
with
don't
the
think
lock in.
I don't think the lock they were able to do.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it seems in my head, it's not awesome.
No, it's not. And it's not like Gareth was known to be like a contortionist or
They
like a
didn't
lot of
try it
yoga. Like
20 times.
Yeah.
400 times?
400 times.
That's
These
absurd.
fucking men tried to do this.
I don't have... Who has the time?
I appreciate the commitment.
Gareth doesn't have the time.
No.
He's busy working.
Uh-huh. They also tried to do it in a bathtub,
Yeah.
which is something we haven't really talked about. A bathtub is narrow.
But in my head, when I'm thinking about him doing it, it's in the bathtub. Because you
okay.
can't just like hop in there.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like a bathtub is a confined space. So there's like also that restriction in the bathtub. You can't stick your leg
Also-
out super far.
Like, his bones weren't broken?
No. There were no signs of a struggle.
But how do you even get a man in that thing without breaking his bones?
Unless he was like unconscious.
Even if he was unconscious,
I mean, like he's not dead. He's not like rigid.
I guess you'd have to like, I don't know, fetal position? Do we
Yeah,
know?
he was basically in
Okay.
fetal position. Yeah.
It doesn't even seem easy to put another person in that.
I know, like shoving someone in a duffel bag without like. This is why like everyone's like, is this a government agency thing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So these guys, they do 400 attempts to lock themselves inside a similar bag, but they fail. So leading them conclude that this was highly improbable for Gareth Williams to have locked himself inside the bag without any sort of assistance. Because even if like maybe this is like a bondage kink thing, someone was still fucking there to do this. And this is a picture of them.
Trying.
Yeah. It's grainy, but
Yeah, I mean, okay, so
I could never.
they get it close, but no, it's not easy. This is not an easy thing to do.
No. Yeah. It's just, and like the amount of times they've tried, 400 times, I give these 2 men props
Yeah.
for trying that often, like that much. to just fucking put themselves in this duffel bag. It's insane. So, next, during the inquest, there's a lot of speculation of Gareth's personal life, like I've said. So, media reports allude to Gareth's potential interest in bondage and the drag aspect. However, the coroner, Dr. Fiona Wilcox, she's emphasized that these aspects are kind of irrelevant to his death. She's like, this doesn't fucking matter. She's like, it just seems like it's almost like a smoke and mirrors to not get people focused on the duffel bag and the lack of everything else in the apartment. I think she was trying to allude to like maybe the media was getting like encouraged to talk about this aspect of Gareth's life as like a distraction. Thank you. Yeah. So we should also note that Gareth's family did not know if he was gay.
Okay.
And they wouldn't have cared. They said that like, we don't care if he was.
Yeah.
And he was super close to his family. And they're like, we don't know if he was gay. He knows that we wouldn't cared if he was gay. And he knows that we know that.
Got it.
Like it just
was private.
It wouldn't have fucking mattered no matter what.
Yeah.
So it adds to the whole maybe media manipulation by MI6, GCHQ of like, run with this because you want people to focus on this and not maybe the other weird aspects of this case. Which is like, I don't really want to talk about it, but like it has to be talked about. It's like I don't know. I want to drag this man's name through the mud, but it doesn't fucking matter either way because who cares ultimately? So there's also a ton of criticism of the investigation itself during the coroner's inquest. So something we haven't talked about yet is the first aspect of this is that there's MI6 failure to report Gareth missing in the first place. Because like he missed that meeting on the 16th, right? He was found dead on the 23rd. So there's 7 days that he's just gone. And realistically, MI6 should know this because he's a government agent. They should know where he is at all time, even if he is in the field. So it's like, is this them covering their own tracks or like just acting like they didn't know, or did they know something and they're just like not telling the public, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like a huge part of this. There's also the fact that people think that maybe MI6 found that he had died and they did this weird elaborate duffel bag thing, like covered up any sort of involvement, wiped the area clean, wiped all fingerprints, and they just didn't investigate his death. It's just, I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's also, did they turn the heat up in that case to make sure like you couldn't tell if he was poisoned? Because maybe, I don't know, Gareth was doing something with somebody, but like that person was like maybe like a agent with another agency or was part of a Russian gang or whatever, and they killed them for international secret reasons. MI6 covered it up and this didn't report him missing. That's the big question, right?
Yeah, I just think we'll never know because
Unless
because if they don't want you to know, you just
yeah, they're like, we're never gonna know because if they don't want us to know, that's
JFK
part
was
of it.
shot in a crowd on camera, and we don't know.
Yeah,
Who
that's
or
true.
what.
Yeah, exactly. But this coroner's inquest is like, I'm questioning these assholes.
Yeah.
For the family, I don't know. Like, you think you tell the family?
No.
No?
I
don't know.
You fucking sign your life away.
I guess you do.
You do.
It makes me, I remember when we covered that woman in Norway that was found dead in the hotel. Like, we don't fucking know who she even is. Is it the same thing? Like, maybe the family was paid off. We don't fucking know.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah. So this is it. The Metropolitan Counterterrorism Command, which is SO15. This is like the main investigative group besides MI6 and GCHQ.
Okay.
There's a lot of acronyms.
Yes.
So they're like a step up. They're almost like the FBI of the UK.
Okay.
Like terrorism agency is kind of what I've understood.
Okay.
So they were reprimanded for not informing a investigating officer about 9 memory sticks that were found in Gareth's MI6 office. So they're like, I don't know where they were found, but they like were found. They're like, what the fuck are these? We don't know what they are. Like, it's like another weird government secret thing.
I know, but I do think, as much as this is all very spy shit, it's also government stuff, and it moves very slowly and is very inefficient. You work for PS, so
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, it's when there's too many hands in the pot,
Yes.
it moves a lot slower.
Yes.
Yeah. So whether or not these are important to Gareth's death,
I feel like it might not have been a cover up. It might have been unrelated. It might have just been like, yeah,
Someone just-
I really don't know.
yeah,
And
exactly.
I can't access them. He's a fucking computer nerd. I
Right.
don't have access.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do with these?
Yeah.
Okay, you want them? Like, sorry.
Yeah. But there is something that's another kind of like red flag when it comes to SO15's investigation of this case is when they were interviewing the MI6 officers that worked with Gareth in his office, it was only like 4 people.
Okay. Yeah.
They didn't take a sworn statement or like it was all informal. They like just went and questioned them.
Yeah.
They never brought them in for questioning. They're never like, hey, I need like a sworn statement from you. This is the last time you saw him, blah, blah, blah. Which is also, is that all government cover-up?
I don't know.
No? It's just, there's all these moments you're like, fuck, is this a red flag? Or is this just because we don't know type of situation? So Dr. Fiona Wilcox, the coroner, highlighted the absence of the fingerprints or DNA evidence on the bag, the padlock, or the bathtub, suggesting that if Gareth had locked himself inside, there would have been some trace evidence. Because remember, this whole inquest is asking, is this accidental death even a fucking possibility?
Yes.
So this lack of evidence supported the theory that a third party was involved in stealing the bag, no matter what. She's like, there's just no fucking way, is what she's saying.
Yeah.
So she states that Gareth was likely alive when placed inside the bag and died shortly thereafter from either a poisoning or asphyxiation, which I agree. And her verdict states that Williams' death was, quote, unnatural and likely to have been criminally mediated.
Sure.
So she's implying involvement from another party. However, due to insufficient evidence of this case, an unlawful killing verdict was not established. So it's still listed as an accidental death,
Okay.
unfortunately, which sucks. Because there's no fucking way. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way this
Agreed.
man locked himself inside a duffel bag without any fingerprints on the bathtub, the padlock, the duffel bag. It just,
Agreed.
no. Yeah. But the whole aspect of him being a MI6 agent, just like it adds to it. Like, even if this guy wasn't a government agent and was found this way, like, this would still be a fucking
Totally.
weird story, no matter
Absolutely.
what. Yeah. It just adds to it.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, let's get into some theories
Theories.
of what people think happened to Gareth. So, just finished the coroner's inquest. Coroner was like, there's no fucking way this guy put himself in the bag and died inside the bag on his own volition.
Thank you. It's someone is speaking.
Thank you, Dr.
Intelligently.
Fiona Wilcox.
Yes.
Thank you.
Listen, let the lady do the work here.
Right? Let the lady doctor tell you the fucking
What we're all
stitch.
thinking.
Yes. She's like, you guys are fucking stupid.
Definitively not possible.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So the first theory is that this was maybe some sort of cover up on some sort of intelligence level shit.
Sure.
So
That just is such a huge.
it's just like, there's no way you not to
There's no
acknowledge
way to
it.
go from there. It's just like an enormous
Yeah.
black hole.
Right, exactly. So Gareth worked for MI6, but reportedly wanted to leave to return to GCHQ. MI6 failed to report him missing for over a week, which I think is a big deal.
Okay.
So they delayed the investigation no matter what. Even if it was next, like they just, it
I
was
think
a
it's
mishap.
only a big deal if the job. Sorry, carry on.
No,
I'm
it's
just
okay.
like it has something to do with it, or it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
which
no,
is what always comes
it's
down
either
to for me.
absolutely 100% or not. Yeah, I agree. But I do think
It's noteworthy.
it's noteworthy. Yes,
Yes.
exactly. So the apartment he was staying in, as I said before, it's either MI6 apartment or safe house.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the kind of the,
It's this or that.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So meaning it could have been monitored.
Yeah.
Sick.
Would have known.
Mm-hmm.
And then they wouldn't have reported it, and then
Yes.
that's suspicious. But if not, if none of those things are
Because
true,
even if Gareth was like maybe doing some kiki shit with somebody and that person just happened to be like a Russian spy or something,
wow.
and they're like monitoring the safe house and they're like, oh damn, he fucked up. And they like go in and cover it up and crank the heat up when they leave.
I just wrote a whole movie in my head about this.
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a novella.
So the lack of forensic evidence, there's no DNA, there's no fingerprints on the bag or the padlock or the bathtub, suggests some sort of professional cleanup job, like we just alluded to.
But that is weird for sure.
There's no fucking
okay,
way.
so that's why you keep coming back to this as
Mhm.
a cover up, because that is so strange.
It's so strange
okay.
because there were like DNA evidence found in the apartment.
Mhm.
Like I said earlier, there's 10 to 15 different traces separate from other people. Like it's 10 to 15 unique DNA traces. But if this was an MI6 safe house,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
then this just could have been from other people using that safe house.
Good point.
It could be like nothing.
Or if it was someone else if he was renting an apartment from somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and their DNA could be there, or their
Yeah.
friends, or their family, or anyone else that rented it before them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Right? These are just not enough information.
Yeah. So intelligence agencies have used suicide assassinations before. So making this a scene that appeared as an accident, and they like took the entire like backstory of his life, like his personal life, and try to make this elaborate like suicide scene. It's I have to say it, but like I don't think it's true, but like people have like on the internet have been like, is this some sort of like weird suicide attempt?
It is wild speculation.
It's very wild speculation,
Yes.
but it's like you have to acknowledge it. But like
Mm-hmm.
it's something that they have done to previous agents of the past, right? But if this was some sort of weird assassination or cover up for something, why make it so fucking bizarre?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why put the man in a bag and padlock it from the outside?
I have no idea.
If you're gonna make someone like disappear, you're just gonna make someone disappear. At least I think so, right?
I have no idea. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
know what the fucking government, like, I don't know
I don't know
what
yeah.
they do.
Yeah,
I don't know. I really don't know.
yeah. So Gareth specialized in encryption, cybercrime, and financial intelligence, areas that could have made him a target in some shape or form. So maybe he had been tracking some sort of Russian organized crime.
Okay, so maybe they're doing like
Situation.
gangsters or something.
Yeah, or like
Oh,
some
then-
sort of like
So the
laundering
people
effort.
yeah, maybe.
And like maybe like he had ran into some sort of situation with these people and they like had assassinated him, and then MI6 covered it up after the fact
Right.
to save face. It's a
Okay.
big question.
Or matters of national security.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because like also his phone had been like updated and wiped, and so was his laptop at some point.
Wiped?
No, his laptop was wiped. His phone was just updated.
Hmm.
Or no, his phone was updated to a laptop, not specifically his laptop.
Oh, this seems like pretty critical evidence. I don't remember we talked about it.
I think we did. I thought I did. Hold
Oh.
on. Yeah, so there was some evidence indicating that Garrett's phone had been backed up to a laptop at 11:30 p.m. on the 15th. So his phone had been backed up to a laptop.
Someone's laptop.
Yeah, to a laptop, not
But
his
they don't know if
laptop.
it was his laptop?
Mm-mm.
It's not his laptop?
It's not his laptop. Sorry, I don't think I'd like really emphasize that.
That seems like a big deal.
Yeah. But then there was like the later search at 1 a.m. on his phone of the cycling
Yeah,
company. Yeah. So there was like his phone was backed up to a laptop. And then there was like a cycling company search.
But
and
not his
so,
laptop. Okay, to a laptop
To
is
a
very different
laptop.
than not
Yeah, sorry.
his,
to a laptop.
someone else's laptop. Or a second laptop that's
To
not
a
his
second laptop, yeah.
So they know the phone was updated.
Mm-hmm. His phone had been backed up. Sorry, not updated. His phone had been backed up and
To a
backed up to a laptop.
It had been backed up to a different laptop.
Mm-hmm.
That seems significant. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, listen, I already think someone else did this. To him.
Yeah, there's no fucking way someone else didn't do this.
But we'll never know who or what.
Yeah, but there's also
Like who or why, really.
Yeah, then there was like the weird search onto the cycling company.
Yes.
After that.
Yes, I remember we talked about that.
Yeah, so it's like, did he just back it up to a different laptop that he owned, and maybe someone took that laptop? Because I don't think it was his like work cell. It sounded like it was his personal cell phone. Because if you're looking up a cycling company, I'm assuming you're doing that on your personal cell phone.
Well, some people aren't as diligent about.
That's true. Yeah.
Would be though.
Yeah, he probably would be.
He would be.
Yeah. So there's been like some.
He could still have been alive. Fuck, maybe he knew the person.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe it was like someone he was like maybe like personally involved with in some shape or form.
Someone who lived in the house.
Like someone that he brought home, and like they were doing some kinky shit.
Or not. Yeah.
Or not. Or like just. But there was. Sorry. No, I just totally burped into the microphone. There was like no evidence of anything, like any struggle in the apartment.
Yeah, I don't know.
The bed
you're
was made.
giving us a mystery. We're never gonna know.
I know,
We're not gonna
I'm
fucking know.
sorry.
Why do you do this? You like this? I don't fucking like.
Why do you do
We're
this?
just never going to know.
I
because
know. It's just,
especially if it's government.
I
They're
know.
never gonna know.
I know.
And we're just talking wildly for no reason.
I know. We're just speculating, but it's a fucking weird, interesting story. It's like an Agatha Christie novel.
I feel
Anyways,
like some mystery.
I do like a good mystery. Okay, so there's some sort of, maybe it was a tie to some sort of like Russian organization, some Chinese
Why
organization.
Russian? Okay, just
Like,
like any.
just-
There were okay. We got it.
Because
Yeah.
he had been
Whomever.
like investigating these two
That was
specific
the work he was doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
crime
yeah.
organizations. Yeah.
They seem like the type maybe that would put him in a duffel bag.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
So, former KGB agent Alexander Litvinenko, that's how you say his name, he was assassinated in London in 2006, proving that former intelligence agencies do kill people on UK soil. It is a thing that happens. So it's like, was this man killed because he knew something, or like he was found by like some sort of other organization, crime affiliated or not, that was like, you figured out something and we have to kill you for it now.
Yeah, you fucked around.
So if Gareth had access to sensitive financial or intelligence information, a foreign agency like Russia's FSB, China's MSS, or even the CIA could have silenced him. Like I just said, like there's just big question mark. The use of the padlocked bag could have been a message or a signature style execution that we don't know about. Like maybe the intelligence agencies do know about.
Okay.
And intelligence hits often involved clean kills, which like leaves no traceable evidence, which would fit into this case specifically, like the no DNA, the no fingerprints, yada yada yada. But once again, why make it so bizarre? And why not just make him disappear? Like, why leave him in a fucking duffel bag with a padlock on the outside in the bathtub?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why not just, like, make him, like, fucking put him in Siberia in a lake or something? I don't know. Like, it's weird. It's too weird, I
Okay.
guess. I think is, like, a big question mark in everyone's brain. Because, like,
It's pretty.
yes,
Yeah.
obviously, the most, I don't know, obvious correlation is, like, some agency killed him. For some reason, we don't know. Obviously, we're not going to, but like, why make it so fucking weird? Is just
Versus what? Just
like making it look like a suicide.
Okay.
Or
shot,
making
like
him
gunshot or
like
mainly.
gunshot to the head, or like why make it
or disappear.
disappear.
Sure. Okay.
Like even like the woman in Norway, like the spy, like
She was in her bed.
yeah, she was in the bed. She had the gun in her hand. Like it made it look like she had killed herself.
Yeah.
It's like, why not just do something like that?
Yeah. It seems like maybe there was like a little more behind it. Like maybe angry or a little angry.
Some anger, but like that's also seems very personal.
Well, it might be, but
Yeah. So, which leads us to a third party involvement situation.
But if there's like a criminal element to it,
yeah. Maybe.
that's not.
Oh, like an organized crime
Yeah.
type of situation? Yeah. So, the coroner initially ruled that his death was unnatural and likely criminally meditated,
Yeah.
like we said. The way the crime scene was handled suggests a professional or trained killer. So, this could have been like some organized crime situation. So there are reports of a couple seen near his apartment at the time of his disappearance. It was a man and a woman that had looked like they were from like Greece or like Mediterranean area, but they were never identified.
Okay.
And I've read some reports that say that like later they were kind of removed. They're like it was irrelevant.
Like some people.
Yeah, there's just like some random people.
This is London.
Yeah, this is London. But that could just be people, like, reports just saying that to make us, like, believe something different. We
True.
don't know.
I did think earlier, how would one person even get a grown man into a duffel bag like that? And I thought would be easier with two people. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how I'd do it. I don't know how to get myself in there.
Yeah.
And B, if I had to get you in there, I still don't think I could do that by myself.
No.
Without breaking your...
A bone.
Yeah.
Or ligament or something.
Yeah, without some trauma to the body.
Yeah, it's
like,
very
I'd have
weird.
to sit on you. It would be violent. It would be violent.
It would be violent.
Two people feels easier.
Yeah.
You hold this, lift that, slide it.
I don't know. It's almost if you gave someone some sort of poison, some substance, as they were like kind of like falling out of consciousness, you have to fold them into the fetal position while they're like still like rigid.
I mean, I guess so. Before they're I mean,
and then,
that's even further.
I know, but then like
they help you put them
like
into
wrap the duffel bag around them.
I don't know.
Am I a criminal mastermind?
Well, no,
I'm just kidding.
because I'm just like, okay, you've been around. I feel like we should pause here, but like extremely drunk people in the past, trying to get them in a duffel bag. That doesn't seem easy. Like a drugged person, that makes it harder.
Yeah,
it's not. Oh, let me fall into the fetal position when I'm not feeling well. You're like,
no, I'm saying like you have to like kind of manipulate them into the fetal position before you put them in the bag.
What
that
if
makes
he's
sense.
passed out or someone like knocks him out, strangles him, but there's no trauma to the neck? No strangling. I don't know. The decomp might have I'm just like...
I think the decomp
maybe
does
he was
play like a big
strangled.
part of it, unfortunately.
To unconscious or like some kind of like chemical...
Yeah, we don't know.
But still two people would be easier.
It would be easier. Yeah, but so this couple is like kind of not really determined to be like part of this case for whatever reason. It just always, every source is like,
it's more, yeah.
they're not actually part of this. So it could
Okay.
be like family members visiting somebody else in the building. We don't fucking know. Yeah, so all of this stuff suggests that either it was a hired killer, a criminal organization, or like a rogue agent even. Like they entered his apartment, they incapacitated him and placed him inside of a bag. So there's just like somebody who knows how to do this type of shit made this happen. I think is the main theory, right? Who that was, what they work for, what they don't work for, if they're a criminal, if they're a spy, we don't fucking know. So the lack of struggle marks could indicate that he was poisoned or there was a sedative administered in some shape or form. I mean, there could have been like a puncture wound, we don't know because of the decomp level. So if this was an international assassination, either by a criminal organization or like a rogue agent or like a hired killer, why not remove the body instead of leaving it in a locked apartment? It just, that aspect of it just makes it so fucking weird. Because there's probably
But where do you think they're just like taking these bodies?
somewhere in fucking Russia, there's incinerators.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know.
I watched this documentary actually recently about people that are found dead in apartments that don't have any sort of like familial affiliation anymore. And it's like, what do we do with these people? It was an interesting documentary. What was it called? I can't remember at this point. It was on YouTube. It's pretty graphic because they show everything, including finding these dead people in apartments.
Okay.
But these are like people who are like maybe the last person to die in their family,
Oh, sad.
which is very sad, or people who had maybe no longer been like affiliated with their family for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But it's like, what do we do with those people? They get cremated
Okay.
and they like sit in a shelf for 6 years.
Really?
And then they take all the ashes from 6 years prior and they bury it in the ground.
Where?
Like this one was in California. It's like at a park in California.
A park?
Mm-hmm.
Like a national park? Or
No,
just a
like
park where people are?
like a fucking city park.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And there's just like thousands of people's ash.
Mixed together?
Uh-huh. Dumped in a hole.
That's nice, though.
And
in
buried.
a public park?
Uh-huh.
I mean, weird on a lot of levels, but also, like, nice.
Yeah.
That you really just go back to
The ground.
the ground.
In some shape or form.
With other humans.
Yeah.
Like, other...
Yeah.
And around other...
Yeah.
That's not so bad, okay?
But like they sit in a shelf for 6 years and no one claims these people. Because
Yeah.
there's also this
Well,
background.
they knew that no one was going to claim them. And
But there's also this background of like people like who are trying to find these people's next of kin and be like, hey, this person was found dead in this apartment. Like we're trying to figure out, you know, like they like go through this person's life and like find their backstory.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's
it's really
the name of this?
interesting.
What is it called?
Ah, fuck, I can't remember.
You need to look it up. My God.
Okay, hold on.
This is beautiful and it's tragic.
It's tragic. It's really interesting. I will say it's a big trigger warning because they fucking show everything. Like
Okay.
you see there's weirdly a lot of people who died naked.
I mean,
But there was one specific story about one man who he died and like he was the last person in his family to die, like his immediate family. Where's my history?
what platform are you looking at?
I'm looking at YouTube
Oh.
because that's where it is. Am I not signed in to
No,
YouTube?
just Google it. Jesus.
I think it was like, God damn it. Okay. Documentary.
Have you ever talked to a person who doesn't know how to Google something and it's just like infuriating?
It's very infuriating.
You're just
I'm
like,
that person.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
God. I don't know how you would
It feels
Google
very
that.
weirdly specific.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you would Google that. You would have to be specific.
I'm
But
like
Google always knows. He knows
a certain kind of death.
See? Goog.
I just had
A certain kind of death.
a certain kind of death. This is a 2003 documentary.
That seems like a sweet dog mess.
Yeah. It's interesting. I do find it very sweet and enduring, but it's also like a weird glimpse into a world we had no idea about.
Yes.
Because, so there's like this one guy who was found dead in an apartment, and they show him being, they like go into the apartment, they show him on the ground. There's no blurring. I will put that out there right
But
now.
they don't show his face, right?
No, they show his face.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel like you should not show me his face.
They show it all.
But there's no
There's no
family,
next of kin.
so there's no. It's just like we can.
Yeah, I think so. It's also 2003.
Oh, okay. I was like, God, this man's dignity.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also naked.
Jesus.
Yeah. But like, so
Blurred?
nope.
I'm gonna clarify one more time.
Nothing
Okay,
is
carry on.
blurred. But he is found dead in his apartment. Like it was, I think, a smell situation.
Yeah.
People call in. And on his table, on his dining room table, he had all of his documentation put out like he knew he was dying.
Yeah. Wow. Oh
Yeah,
my
it's
God.
really interesting. And then they do this investigation into his life, and like his parents, both of his parents had died, his brother had died, and he was gay,
okay.
and his partner had died, and he was taking care of his partner who had passed away from AIDS.
Oh my God.
And so he was like the last one in this group, and he like paid for a plot.
Okay.
And so he like had
it all set up.
Yeah, he had all this stuff mapped out. And that was kind of like the more lighthearted version of that story.
Yeah.
But there was another version of there's a guy found dead in a hotel room who had no next of kin. Like they didn't know, like they didn't figure out his name. He was also fucking naked, dead in the hotel room.
Listen, some of us aren't wearing clothes all the time.
And there's like 3 different instances of dead bodies in this fucking documentary, and they're all fucking naked.
Well, most nights I choose to go to bed and be like, you really should put something on in case you have to have an emergency in the middle of the night.
I think of a fire,
and then
you have to run out of the house. Yeah.
And then I don't do it because I sleep better naked. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, good for them. Who cares?
But there's a lot of people that like, so there's the one man that like had the plot and all the things, like he like kind of mapped out everything on the table. There's other people in this documentary that like didn't have that stuff happening, and it's like there's no next of kin. They cremate these people. There's multiple people getting cremated a day, like
yeah,
and they're just like tagged, put in a box, put in a shelf for 6 years, and then after 6 years they get put in the ground, in the park, just like
it's not
all
so
together
bad at the end.
Yeah, so it's
really not that bad.
Yeah, it's called A Certain Kind of Death. Is the documentary.
Okay, so what does it have to do with Gareth?
What does it have
that's
to do
what
with
you
Gareth?
started talking about.
What does it have to do with Gareth? I think it was like, why make the body so obvious in the place? Why make Gareth so obvious in the place that like he could have been identified and found? And the questioning of like, why is this man still here? Like, why is he here? Why is he dead? Like, why is he in a fucking duffel bag? Why is it padlocked? Why are the keys inside the duffel bag? That's where we're getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the questions.
And it's like, why, if this is an assassination on some sort of international level, why leave the body? That was what we were getting at.
Yes, but what happens to the bodies? You think they're just out here?
I mean, I don't know where they go. You can be incinerated. You can be put in a fucking like ground in just the middle of nowhere.
Do you think they just have like places to just?
I think if you are an international assassin, yes, you know where to put bodies.
Okay.
There's numerous cases of people being fucking missing, and we just don't know where they ended up. We've talked about this on the podcast.
I know, but these aren't like
you're not international like
spies,
but I mean, it definitely happens pretty frequently.
Okay.
So, it just, if he was assassinated,
something happened to him.
Yeah, if he was assassinated, like, why not just make that the thing? Like, why not like just make him disappear, whether he's dead or alive? The official police conclusion is accidental death. Still, even with the coroner's inquest, it's widely disputed due to the lack of forensic evidence and the possibility of locking oneself in a duffel bag alone. Fucking obviously. So the intelligence agency theories, which was the MI6 cover-up or some sort of foreign assassination, seem plausible given Gareth's work in encryption, cybersecurity, and financial tracking. So they're all very high-risk fields. Like, you could just accidentally come upon something that's a big deal, unfortunately. So the weird bondage fetish theory is largely unsupportive, including by his family. They're like, there's just no fucking way. And there's also zero direct evidence linking Gareth to like these type of activities. Even if he was gay, doesn't mean he was fucking into this weird shit. Mm-hmm. Not say weird like in a bad way, but he's not into these things, right? So, to this day, Gareth Williams' death remains one of the most perplexing and unexplained cases in modern intelligence history. The strange circumstances, forensic impossibilities, and intelligence connections make it unlikely that we'll ever get full disclosure on what really happened. And that's the end of the story.
Oh, Gareth.
I know it sucks, but like, we just don't.
He's such a darling.
I know. It's just like this weird fucking death. And what the fuck actually happened?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Like, it was like an international thing. Like, why make it so fucking weird?
I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
How satisfying to wonder forever
Yeah, it's been a case I've thought about for a while since I've heard it. Like a duffel bag and a padlock. Not even like just a duffel bag. A padlock
Yeah.
is fucking weird.
Yeah.
So
You feel, yeah, it's mean. It's really mean.
it's really mean.
Mm-hmm.
But like it seems like he was put in that duffel bag incapacitated.
I know, but somebody like throwing the keys in there. It's just like a
Yeah.
lot of fuck you energy.
Yeah,
Just
it almost
is-
feels like mob mob energy
Yeah.
situation.
Yes, I don't do, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Soprano style.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. But I don't think
Never
we'll
know.
ever know.
No, of course
unfortunately.
not.
Let's wrap this shit up.
With a bow.
What?
With a bow.
Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, we've killed 2 packs of batteries going over this fucking case. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I know.
It's I gave you the information.
I hear it. I
It's
hear it.
fucking wild.
Yeah, it's tragic that like his family will never know.
I know.
I don't know, and it's dangerous line of work potentially.
Fucking weird.
We'll just never know.
I think the weirdness of it is like why people keep coming back to this case. Why the duffel bag?
Well, I know how you'd do it.
No,
I
you
get it.
don't. I'll tell you off air, just in case we ever have to use it.
Oh, well,
But
thanks
yeah,
for telling the
thanks
story.
for listening, guys. Sorry for the cliffhanger at the beginning of the second, or the end of the second. or
Rude.
first
And
one.
here's another one. The cliffhanger is there is no answer.
Yeah, that's the ultimate cliffhanger.
I know.
Is a big shoulder
She
shrug.
remains a mystery.
She does, but you know
Be
what?
careful out there.
Yeah,
No job is worth your life.
no, that's for goddamn sure.
Oh.
Even MI6. Sorry. I
You feel
am-
strongly about that.
I'm
as
a
we
big
should.
proponent of listen. You're replaceable in any fucking line of work you do.
Yes.
And so why stress? Why be mad? Because it's all bullshit at the end of the day.
Well, this was not bullshit. Thank you.
This was a wild ride. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
No
don't,
problem.
my thoughts are with him, and I don't know. I hope he
I don't know. Whatever happens next.
he's
hope
all
you're-
right.
Yeah. Hope you're like just playing computer games and
Mhm.
hanging out and living
Yep.
your best life.
Yes.
Whatever you want to do there. But thanks for listening, guys. We will talk to you next week with another crazy, weird fucking story
Okay, can't wait.
that I can find. I'll try to find.
You don't have a plan yet?
No,
Oh, you
bitch.
don't have them planned?
No,
Wow.
I don't have them planned.
Wow.
We're like 3 weeks ahead. So,
Well,
you know what it usually is? I try to let things just come to me
Okay.
because there's so many things in the file cabinet that is my brain
Yeah.
at this point that usually something like pops up like, oh, you should do this one. I'm like, you
And
know
that'll
what?
Be like this
Like the
talk du jour.
yeah, the internal dialogue. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
you know what? That does sound like a good
That's-
one this time.
That's for now.
Yeah.
That's for now. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So she's vibing.
Yeah. I just go in vibes, just fumes and vibes at this point. But yeah,
thank
thanks for
you.
listening. We'll talk to you guys next week, and until next time.
Stay grimly curious. Thank you so much for listening. Music by Alex Kingston and Adam McKinnon.
For podcast photos and updates, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Grimly Podcast.
Be sure to rate and review, and we will see you next week for another episode. Bye, bitch.